Hello, it's me, Olga Vitkovskaya, presenting to you the latest news from InstaForex company. The governors of the FRS have taken measures to prevent the reduction of a huge central bank balance in an attempt to stimulate the US economic rehab and to avoid deflation. On Tuesday, the Federal Reserve declared that it is reinvesting funds received from the quasi-public bonds and papers secured by mortgages into long-term US Treasury bonds. This step should facilitate the weakening economy by means of maintaining the mortgage loan rates at low levels. The US FRS announced after the meeting that the tempo of the recovery has decelerated lately. Although the Open Market Committee expects that the gradual improvement of the economic conditions will continue, the governors of the central bank stated that in short-term prospect the tempo of the economic recovery is likely to be more moderated than expected. Since last meeting of the FRS, which was held on June 22-23, new signs of that a year-long economic rehab is losing pace after the worst in 10 years recession. In July, the economy was giving off working positions for the second consecutive month amid a slight uprise in private sector employment. The unemployment level is considered too high, leaving little hopes that the Americans will be active in spending their funds in the near future. Taking into account a considerable unemployment level, some official bodies have started to worry that the economy can sink to deflation similar to that in Japan, if no actions are taken. The recent FRS measure is only a change of the managing strategy of the huge FRS portfolio. However, this step is important as it can be a step towards large purchases of governmental bonds and secured by mortgage papers. In response to the economic crisis, the FRS bought the securities and treasury bonds for the amount around $1.7 trillion in 2009 and in early 2010. This program is assumed to have decreased the long-term interest rates for about half a percentage point, though the FRS representative split over its impact. The FRS had a reason to act early, as it is more difficult to fight deflation than inflation, especially now when short-term interest rates are close to nil. In case with inflation, the central bank at least can upraise the rates to the level necessary for fighting prices growth. The FRS also added that in echo to its forecasts, the key interest rate, which it uses for the economic incentive, will remain around zero for a prolonged period of time, amid low inflation and high unemployment rate. The president of the FRS Kansas City, Thomas Hoenig, again was the only member out of 10 voting participants of the Open Market Committee in the FRS who opposed the common viewpoint. He is voting against the decision of the central bank for the fifth sequent time this year, stating that the economy is recovering at a moderate tempo, as has been expected, and that the promise of the Federal Reserve to keep the low interest rates for a long time can embolden inflation or lead to appearance of bubbles on the asset market in future. It was InstaForex News. Goodbye.